Ant-Man, after the huge stakes that we had in Age of Ultron, it's kind of cool to see more of a small movie, literally small movie with, the shrinking technology and Pym Tech and whatnot. Another movie that introduces a lot of main characters that will be important later on. You have Scott Lang, Hope Van Dyne, Hank, Janet in a flashback, Cassie, and Louise. Yeah, just a lot of like really, really cool characters. Not characters that are like super important to the MCU, but, important to like their own universes and the whole Ant-Man universe. I think like the main thing that's really important in this movie is like the establishment of Ant-Man, as a hero, Scott Lang's version of Ant-Man as a hero, which will become important later on in the movies, especially, the whole mission where he has to get the tech from the Avengers facility and they think it's like, oh, it's like an old warehouse or something, but it actually turns out to be the Avengers campus. And, while all the Avengers are off on their missions, Falcon is left house sitting. So Falcon and Ant-Man have their whole interaction, their whole fight after Ant-Man kind of defeats Falcon and steals the tech. That kind of impresses Falcon. And then he's like, hey, maybe I should recruit him to the Avengers sometime if we ever have like a world-ending mission or, like a brainwashed super soldier that we need to find and defeat. So I think that's really like one of the few essential elements to Ant-Man that ties into the overall MCU is that whole kind of crossover event. And then obviously the kind of jumping around, but like the post-credit scene where we get that scene from Civil War where Cap and Falcon are in that warehouse and they have Bucky subdued. He has his arm trapped and then, they need help to protect Bucky. And then, Falcon's like, I know a guy. So I think that was really cool tie into the overall MCU. And then another thing is probably like the establishment of the quantum realm, which will definitely come essential later on in Endgame. So it's cool seeing this established and then bring up the whole storyline of Janet Van Dyne being trapped in the quantum realm, because there's a whole mission of she and Hank Pym having to stop that missile. Janet used her regulator to shrink down beyond the molecules and destroy the missile, disable it. But then, she kept shrinking down and down and down until she was in the quantum realm. So she got trapped and that started the whole estrangement between Hank Pym and Hope Van Dyne, their daughter. And then as this mission goes on, their relationship kind of gets mended. And then we get like the mid-cred scene of Hank showing Hope the kind of prototype Wasp armor because originally Janet was the Wasp. And then obviously we'll get Ant-Man the Wasp later on. And yeah, we get that also that Easter egg at the beginning where young Hank Pym is talking with an older Howard Stark and Peggy Carter, continuing the SHIELD program and everything like that. So yeah, overall, there's like a few Easter eggs here and there that tie into the overall MCU. But I know it's like their intention, Peyton Reed and Marvel is to have like a smaller, more self-contained movie after that kind of huge, almost world-ending event of Age of Ultron. So yeah, I totally understand like why they wanted to do what they do with it. Yeah, like overall, like, I think it's a fun family movie, especially watching it as a dad. It's like you do anything for your kids. So it's kind of cool seeing all these dads trying to do what they can for their kids and everything like that. Yeah, even though unfortunately Edgar Wright didn't direct it, but glad that he got like a little story credit. It would have been cool to see Edgar Wright's vision because he's one of my favorite filmmakers of all time. So it would have been cool to see that. But Peyton Reed did a good job. Paul Rudd does a great job as well. And yeah, overall, fun movie.